So, promise you I'm not going to moan this video. I was in a little bit of a low spot last week, and I decided I wanted to create something. So I went onto this program called Blender. Now, Blender is a 3D, I don't know what program, but basically you can like sculpt things, make things, whatever, in 3D. And just for no real reason other than to amuse myself, I decided to basically make a really simple kettlebell. And I sent it off to somebody that I know who's got a 3D printer, and I was like, "Are you able to 3D print this?" And they said, "Yeah, give it a go." Well, this is what I got back from them. It is a 3D print of pretty much exactly what I made in Blender. I was like, "That's cool." I used to work at a art foundry, and in the art foundry, I learned how to make molds. Right, so we did our molds a really old school way, using this hot melt rubber and using plaster. So, as luck would have it, over the years I've collected a few bits here and there, and I've got a little bit of plasticine at home. So I made myself a mould. Now, what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to have a rubber insert. So basically, where this is like indented here in the shape of the kettlebell, it would be done in rubber. But I didn't have any rubber, and I didn't want to order some and wait for some just for a little project, just to see if it was a thing. So I made it in plaster. I did a direct mold in plaster that I have never done at my work. I've never done it at my job, but I have heard that you can do it. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. So that's basically where we're at. So what you do is, little trade secret, you cover whatever it is you're taking the mold of. Absolutely covered this in Vaseline. Um, really like smoothed it in, so it didn't take any of the fine details out, but so it was completely covered in Vaseline. And then I basically laid it up in the plaster. Then once this side is set, you cover the plaster in Vaseline as well, so that you're able to then just cover this up with plaster, which gives us the other side to the mold. Et voila. So when you take it apart and you pull the piece out, because it's all covered in Vaseline, it comes out real easy. You're then left with the negative that you can then fill with any sort of casting material, if you like, that you've got. Now, I have, weirdly enough, I have some polyurethane plastic resin kicking around. So I tried it and it looked good. And I walked away from the mold to clean everything up. I was pretty happy with it. The only problem was when I came back, I hadn't actually secured the mold, so it broke open. And I ended up with half a piece because all the resin poured out. But because it worked and I was confident in it working, I decided I was going to clamp it closed so it stayed closed. So that's what we did. And I cast it. And I got this. Now it's blue in parts because I just threw some paint on it just to tart around with it. And it is not a perfect cast. Don't get me wrong. There are imperfections all over it. But that's because the mold was just a quick mold. It was done in plaster. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And lo and behold, I did. So I literally cast a little kettlebell, sorry, out of polyurethane resin. And I won't lie, that whole process was done in a day. It was once I got the 3D print anyway. It only took me like, I don't know, 20 minutes, an hour to do the rest. But it was a really like calming experience. And it made me understand that I actually like creating stuff. I really do. It it was a positive thing to take away from a week where the week was a little bit of a battle and a struggle. But I guess what I want to say is anybody who is fighting something, you have something. There is something in you that knows what it will take just to soothe you a little bit. For me, it's a creative thing just to cast stuff. I love casting stuff. I love making stuff. For you, it might be exercise or, doing something. It's just a case of finding what it is and making sure it's not a toxic trait like drinking or recreational drugs or anything like that. Keep it above board and just do it. But I just thought I'd just share with you guys because I said in one of the videos of the week. I'm not going to preach something that I don't do. So this is something that I've done. This is something that I designed in a 3D program, and I got it 3D printed, and then this is my cast of it, and they're pretty much bang on. Go out there and just find your thing, do something. Have a little bit of an hour a day to get your mind back in track, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.